Yeah. All the time I want everyone receive the message. So guys, we are live on YouTube. Okay. Today we are talking about conflict resolution. Yeah. So we are start the conversation, but start. I just want to explain to YouTube. Yeah, guys. The TNT is a platform. It's a place safe to have a conversation and practice the language. Yeah. So we are here to practice the language. Yeah, and enjoy the conversation. It's important. Don't correct each other and to be respectful. It's just for us to be more confident, yeah, and learning with each other. So I will start with Andrea. Andrea, can you introduce yourself for us, please?
Yes, good afternoon, guys. My name is Andrea. I'm 45 years old, but I live in Guarujá, and I was born in São Bernardo do Campo, but I've been living in Guarujá since I was 7, so I am almost a Guarujaense. I work as an assistant administrative in a Japanese restaurant, and I've been attending on TNT since October 2021. I discovered TNT in 2020, I think, and it took 1 year to have the courage to attending the first meeting. And now I am here to practice and to practice my speaking skills and improve a lot. That's it.
I'm so glad to be here with you, Andrea, because it's important when we start to recognize about the process, yeah? Because in the first moment we have a little scare or we are afraid when we start to talk, yeah. But the TNT provide that for us, yeah, because it's a place and we are very comfortable to start to learning, yeah.
Yes, and the most important is to gain the confidence to speak. No matter what people are thinking about your English, you need to be a confident person.
Yeah, it's true. So Yasmin, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay. First of all, I agree with you. I mean, about communication. I think the most important thing is to express your idea. And if you can do that in other language, it doesn't matter if it's it doesn't matter a lot the grammar, but if you can express yourself, you're okay to go.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
My name is Yasmin. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Fortaleza, Ceará, but nowadays I live in Salvador, Bahia with my sister and my 2 dogs. I'm a pharmacist, but now I'm an employee looking for a job here, and I'm trying to improve my English right now with you guys and with the platform. And this is it.
All right. Thank you for coming, Yasmin. So I introduce myself. Yeah, I'm Belle, but actually my name is Alberlene, but my nickname is Belle. And I'm from Fortaleza, Ceará. Nowadays I live in Salvador, Bahia. I live here almost 8 years. And I live with my sister and my 2 dogs. Yeah. So I'm a military, yeah, and I'm here to improve the language, improve my confidence, and I can say I learn a lot of things when I start to study English. It's not about the language; it's about to be consistent in one thing, yeah, and to learn about the process, about to make mistakes and to be patient, yeah. So we are talking about, how can I say before, conflict resolution, and I will start with the first question, it's Yasmin. What are some effective communication strategies that can be used to de-escalate a conflict? What do you think?
That's a very tough question. I don't know. I don't know. I think we can. I don't know how to say. I think we can talk to each other and show our ideas and be open to hear from the others. First of all, we don't have the answers for everything, and we have to be helped by others.
Perfect. It's a good way. Do you agree with Yasmin, Andrea? What do you think?
Yes, I agree. I think to be open to listening the other person, it's very important because it can avoid the conflict. If you pay attention first, you pay attention what the people want to say instead of start a fight. It's better. But depending on the situation, I think we need to make a deep breath, because sometimes you are in a good, you are not in a good day also. So sometimes it's hard to, how can I say, to control your feelings. So depending on the situation, if a person says something to you, and you don't like it, it can be difficult to deal with this. So we need to pay attention, deep breathe, and try to listen in the other.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Andrea, because it's important to take care about how can you will listen or understood the other thing. Yeah, in Portuguese there are one thing like a CV. I don't remember. It's comunicação não violenta, CNV. Yeah, it's something involve the communication, like use the word, but what kind of feelings there is in the background when you say some word. Yeah. So, but I have one strategy. It's a practical strategy, but that can be avoiding a miscommunication between persons. Yeah, because I use that strategy at my work. So I learned in my work. It's when you are talk with another person and you don't have sure about something, you try to repeat the message, and the another person need to deny or accept that message. Yeah, it's like to be sure about the message. Yeah, it's like, oh, like me and my sister, for example, at home. So you need to go to the supermarket. Yeah, I said that for her, but maybe for the communication to be a good, maybe she can repeat that message. Yeah, okay, I will go to the supermarket and I will understand the communication was effectively, maybe. Yeah, it's a simple way because I use that in the aviation. Yeah, so, and I will pay attention about that because can be a detail. Maybe there is a detail, and okay, you need to go to the supermarket 9 o'clock, and she will respond me, oh, I will go to the supermarket 10 o'clock, but there is a difference about the hours. Yeah, and with that difference, when we'll go to the supermarket can be very important to me in the moment, because maybe it's so it's just an example. Yeah, but it's a good strategy that I use in my work. And maybe that can be used during the communication. Most part of the time at home with your parents or your husband or wife, something like that, because sometimes the person, okay, yeah, I will go, yeah, but maybe the person, oh, you don't said that. No, I said. So that can be reduce the miscommunication. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, I love the tip, and I think it's happened a lot because, for example, in my case, my husband always say that I didn't say something, and I said so. It will work a lot here in my house because
Yeah, it's a detail, but maybe in the future that can become a huge problem. Yeah, because oh, you don't listen. Yeah, something like that. So Yasmin, can you read the second question and answer? Sorry, just read and Andrea answer the first moment. Okay.
How can active listening be used to improve conflict resolution?
I believe, guys, that active listening is the main thing that you need to do to avoid the conflict, as I said before. Because if you listen in the person, if you understand the situation that the person was passing, for example, maybe you can avoid, you can thinking in a different way. You will see the situations in the way that the person was seen. So I believe that we need to listen a lot to the person because it makes the difference in the result.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. And you, Yasmin, what do you think about that?
Sure, I agree with you guys. I think we have to listen, and if we have our own ideas, I think we can find a way to do both things, or even find another idea that is better than the first one.
Yeah, perfect. I think it's the same thing that I tried to say in the first question. Yeah, you need to improve or enhance the active to listen. It's not just listen, but you need try understood the message. Yeah, that's involved not about the language, but a body language or the situation or an emotional environment than another person. Yeah, because there are some signals in your face or your body or in your life that can be help to understood something. Yeah, and that's, for example, it's very important at my work, and we use that like a perception. Yeah, so we need to pay attention about the another person say, because that it's the most important. But there are a lot of other information in the background. Yeah, so it's very important when we are open. Yeah, to understood the another person, like as we said before. Yeah. So Andrea, can you read the third question, please?
Okay, just read or answer also. Read.
Can you answer too?
Okay, what are some common causes of conflict and how can they be addressed? First, I think the misunderstood, it's the common cause, different opinions, different point of view, or I don't know, maybe just the arrogance of the another person. What else? To avoid it, guys, depending on the situation, as I said, we need to be prepared, I think, to deal with all kinds of situations. Like this week, I went to my mom, to a doctor, and she was so how can I say, irritada, I forgot. And I try to make her calm. I was stressed and nervous also, but I try to keep calm, because if I choose for her that I am also was like nervous, she will explode. I don't know how to say explodir. So I tried to keep calm, and yeah, in the end, everything it's right. So sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, and we realize that it's not involved just communication. How can I said before? Involve like your posture or your actives in front of the situation, maybe. Yeah. So, and what do you think about that, Yasmin?
I think one of the most common, let me see the most common cause of conflict is not to communicate. And when you try to do a conversation, the way you talk and the way you listen to the other person, I think it's one of the most common causes of conflict.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I have the same point of view like us, but yeah, I think that the common cause can be of the conflict. It's something like Andrea said before, maybe involve a different point of view, yeah, and different experience in your life that it's very common to happen because yeah. So I think it's that, and but the another thing it's how can you pass the information for another person? Yeah, sometimes you have a message, but you don't take care about the words or about how can you say that for another person. So it's very important. Yeah, and yeah, I think it's that. Andrea, can you read the question number 4 and answer, please?
Yes. How can empathy and understanding be used to resolve conflicts? Empathy. I think it's really important when you put yourself in someone's shoes. For example, when you try to understand what the person is passing, how can I say that? I believe that it's easier to avoid a conflict, because like you are put yourself in the place that the person is. So maybe if you understand more that situation, it's easier to, yeah, it's easier to deal with this. I don't know if you understand, guys.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's the same. I have the same point of view. Yeah. When you talk about to be empathy, we are talking about understood the other point of view. Like no matter you have a different experience or different opinion, but you try understood about the another experience. Yeah. But it's a hard role and to do that because sometimes you live your life and you believe in your beliefs. Yeah, so it's hard because maybe you don't need to change your beliefs, but you need to change, open your mind and recognize that there are another points of view. Yeah, so but when we talk about conflict, it's I think we need to open your mind, yeah, our minds, and sometimes we need, yeah, we need change any situation or any attitude for to get a good relationship or to avoid the conflict. Yeah, it's important. So Yasmin, what do you think about the question number 4, about empathy and resolve conflicts? What do you think it's important to use the empathy or to be an empathy person?
I think empathy it's the nicest way to be kind. You know, the word already says for itself, and I think that we can change our point of view, and we have to be open to listen and to accept the ideas of the others. You know, when and seeing a conflict, I think we cannot get too emotional, because everything has its ways to be solved. You know, when we're gonna, sooner or later, we're gonna how can I say, deal with the conflict.
Very good. It's amazing answer. Yeah, I was thought about that because it's so easy to say about, oh, we need to be more empathy, but the another persons have a conviction and you have a conviction too about other things. And sometimes the persons have one different attitude in your work, and by your experience, it's not good for you or for the team, for your family. And it's very hard because it's not involved have a conversation. The conversation, it's the paramount, yeah, to start something, but we can really to do something to change that. Yeah, it's hard when we start to think about that, but
Yeah.
it's good to talk because we need to recognize and realize that it's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry, go ahead.
I will add something, Belle. And I believe that the world would be better if everybody have this empathy. I think empathy it's very important, but nowadays it's so difficult to see an empathy each other.
Yes, it's hard to find.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, sometimes
But
the person just think about yourself like a selfish person, or yeah. So go ahead, please, Yasmin.
I don't remember what was I was gonna say. I think it's our opportunity to uh, to make empathy come true, you know, for ourselves. If we can find in someone else, we can show them, you know.
Do you believe it's something like there is inside you? Yeah, do you believe it's possible promote that, like, are you learning to be an empathy person? Do you believe it's
I
possible?
think so.
Yeah.
I think so. It depends on the person. I mean, if he or she is in a moment that they are open to learn something or to see a good example and then repeat it, you know, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, it's a good one. So the question number 5, what role do emotions play in conflicts? And how can they be managed effectively? So I think that sometimes when we start a conflict, it's not just about miscommunication. I think the main problem involve emotional. Yeah, I can say that because sometimes when I'm my period like a sensible person, yeah, every month, maybe every word at my work or at my home, I don't know, that can be hurt me, and I want to cry, or it's very hard to be that kind of person. Yasmin know because that's happened. And yeah, it's about emotion, totally. Yeah. Because sometimes if you have your emotional things okay, or you have a balance in your emotional life, don't matter what do you say about me and about the situation, because I'm good. Yeah, I'm trusty about my emotions, and that's so it's okay. But when you have emotion issues, yeah, or yeah, it's so hard. And it's like I said before, I don't know the expression in English, but in Portuguese it's CNV, comunicação não violenta. It's very interesting topic to study, because involve good communication, and in the background it's not about communication, it's about emotions. Yeah. What do you believe about that, Andrea? Please.
I totally agree with you, Belle, because I consider myself a stressed person. Yeah, I am a stressed person. I used
Really?
to,
You
yes.
appear very calm.
No, I'm calm, but sometimes, yeah, yeah. I used to smoke, so imagine when I smoked, if I didn't smoke for 2 hours, for example, it was very hard for me, but nowadays I can manage it. So I think it's when we put the emotions, it's the situation can be very hard, because like when you are stressed, sometimes we cannot think about the situation. We just have the, how can I say, the Sandler attitude, and sometimes can be not good. So I think the men think that we need to take care. It's about our emotions, because it can how can I say, lead a bad situation.
Yeah, it's like me, but in the opposite situation. Like you,
Yeah.
it's not prefer, but you have the action like to be an exclusive person. And in
Yeah.
my case, I'm just to be a quiet. And by the way, I'm a homebody person. I really love stay at home. So when I'm not so good, like emotionally, uh, yeah, I'm stay at home, and I'm a quiet person. So it's different way to lead with the same situation, but in the both case involve emotional things. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Yasmin?
I think we can try not to be so emotional with those things, because conflicts are normal. You have conflicts at work, uh, I don't know, in your relationships. And I think if you cannot solve a problem at the time that it's happening, you can try to figure it out. And if you cannot do it when it's happening, you can try to stop and breathe and do something that you like, and let not let the problems be solved by itself, but in one way or another, it will be solved, and I think it's really hard for some people to not to be so emotional, but you can try. It's like they said, if you have a problem and there's a way to solve it, okay, you have a problem that you can solve. And if you have a problem that can be solved, what you're gonna do? It can be solved. you know I try to think about that. And if I'm too anxious, I try to stop and not think about something all the time. I try to do something else, and sooner or later, I'm okay with that situation.
Yeah, it's a good one. Like it's a strategy, or it's a good perspective about the problem. Yeah, because there are the most part of the conflicts we can resolve with another person. But when you show your point of view, when you understood the another point of view, you don't able to choose the point of view the another person, or the another person it's not obligate don't have obligation to understand your point of view. Yeah, so we just need take care or worry about you, about your feelings, about your communication. Yeah, so there are situations that you can change, so it's okay. Yeah, and but when yeah, I think it's that, but I believe how can I say before, the emotional things can be resolved too when you have a communication. But the first step is to understand the another person, yeah, another feelings, and sometimes just when the person talk, it's possible to understand. Yeah.
And like, even though I am a stressed person, or sometimes I am an explosive person, when I realize that I pass the limit, for example, I ask for, how can I say? Pedir desculpa, guys, I forgot.
Apologize.
Yes,
Yeah.
I ask apologize for the person because I didn't have the time to think about my attitudes, but after that, I realized, oh, I am not so right. I did something wrong. So I am the person that go to the another person and ask for apologize.
Yeah, and I think it's the good one. Like,
Yeah.
for example, if someone will be explosive with me, and I will try understood about your situation. Yeah. Oh, okay, you are a problem in that moment, and the people make mistakes sometimes, no problem, but I'm feeling that way, I'm very sad, or yeah, the communication is the key. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a secret for everything. And sometimes it's can be a big problem too when you don't have a effectively communication. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we need to be humble like you. Yeah, because we are make mistakes. Yeah, sometimes I will make mistakes, and we need to be prepared to be humble and request apologize, or okay, was my mistake, and it's a good one, because yeah, it's a part of the process. Understood another person. Yeah.
Yes.
Yasmin, can you read I think it's number 6, please.
Sixth question. What are some different conflict resolution styles, and how do they differ in their effectiveness?
Andrea said one, yeah, when she talked about to request apologize, yeah.
Yes.
What do you think, Andrea? Can go ahead. No.
Oh, sorry, the noise here, guys. My gosh, my street is so crazy nowadays. Yeah, I think there are many people that like try to avoid, like prefer stay with the mão, how can I say, the boca fechada, instead of starting an arguing. But I believe that we need to recognize, as I said before, when you are wrong, because sometimes you will not in a good way, and yeah, you just lose your mind, your head, and do something not very good for the other. But I believe that we need to be humble, like you said. It's very important to apologize if you are another person.
I think the apologize is the most useful in the most part of the situation. Yeah. But when I read that question, when I listen, the first thing that come in my mind is something like, I don't know, you say, on the 5 languages of love. Yeah. Sometimes it's not just about to say or request something like, oh, I'm sorry, was my bad, something like that. Because we need to be true in that request, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you can send something or to do something for another person, and with that request apologize. Yeah. I don't know, maybe, for example, yeah, I have a problem or conflict with my mother. So yeah, mother, yeah, I will say something for her and I will hurt. Yeah. So maybe, and she don't live with me. Yeah. So maybe with just to call or request apologize, maybe to be superficial. Yeah. For example, I think maybe you need try to be a creative person, or okay, I will send flowers or I will send chocolates, and oh, I'm really sorry about that. I feel you. I'm sorry. I make a mistake and was not my intention to do that. Yeah, maybe it's a good one. Yeah, maybe the person needs to be a creative and looking for different way to really show that it was a mistake, and anything. Yeah, I think it's that. But what do you think about that, Yasmin?
I agree with you, and I think we can always start a conversation until the conflict is solved. You know, I don't think we I don't know. I don't have any other ideas. Despite apologize and show that you wanna you don't want to be in this conflict for life. You know, you want to you have to show to the others that you want to solve the problem.
Yeah, I was think something about not just talk. Maybe okay, I make a mistake and that don't will happen again. Yeah, I will change my 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 way to lead with that situation. It's important too. Yeah, it's a good one. We have a different kind of, yes, different strategy to work around the conflict. Yeah, and I think the first thing we need to be humble to recognize your mistakes. Yeah. So Andrea, can you read the question number 7 and answer for us?
Yes. What are some techniques for negotiating a resolution to a conflict? Oh gosh. How can we negotiating? I don't know, guys. I think it's all involved the communication. We need to have a good communication. Like if I fight with you, Belle, how we can deal with this situation? We need to have a good conversation to try to solve this problem. So for me, it's all about the good communication.
Yeah, I the first one that I think it's the communication. Yeah, to argue with another person and have a communication and try to be clear about your emotional and your feelings. And yeah, it's the good way. And what do you think about that, Yasmin? Do you have any different point of view about that?
No, I'm pretty sure the communication is the key for that. You know, you have to talk and let the other talk, and you have to listen the basic things, of our communication. You have to talk, to express your ideas, and then so the other person.
Yeah, it's important during the communication, in my opinion, and during the relationship, yeah, between with another person, to trust in another person too. Yeah, because sometimes you have a communication, but it's not real because you don't trust about the another person. Maybe another person don't talk the truth. Yeah, so it's hard when you have a conversation, but you can trust in another person and maybe can be a liar. So it's just waste of time. Yeah, because it's not real. So we need trust in another person. Yeah, and building good relationships between them. Yeah. So the question number 8 is, how can compromise be used to resolve a conflict? Yeah, I think I will answer first, but I think it's like I said before. Yeah, if you trust in another person, you can be like a contract with another person, and okay, I will accept your apologize, and for me it's okay, but I really want that don't repeat again or don't happen again. Yeah, it's like a compromise, and I think it's important to be clear about that. Yeah, because if it don't happen all the time, that situation will happen again, and it's hard. Yeah, and maybe there are another moment I don't will be able to apologize another person. Yeah. And what do you think about that, Andrea?
Yes, and it's very important in a relationship, like in a married, for example, married. If I cannot trust in my husband, for example, it will be so difficult to live together for a long time. I think every couple have the bad moments to discuss, to argue. So, but it have to be a compromise, like you said. Oh, I don't like it that you said. I don't like this attitude. So maybe we can avoid for the future. So yeah, I think I totally agree with you.
Yeah, and you, Yasmin?
I think we have to agree in some questions, in some issues. I mean, how can you solve a conflict if you cannot trust the other person? You have to be compromised, and if you compromise with someone, you cannot lie. I mean, you have to trust, and you have to be trustful. I don't know if it's a right word to say, but there is no way to be in a relationship, for example, if you cannot trust in someone. So if you cannot trust in a person, how can you solve some conflicts? It's impossible.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That's it. When it involves to be a truth. Yeah, a good relationship. Yeah,
I
between
mean,
the
you
person.
you try to communicate and say the things that you like and you don't, and the other person, it's that kind of person that only promises, and you stop your life and wait until the promises come true, and it never come true. That's
Yeah,
really hard.
it's bad when you trust in someone and that's don't right person to do that. Yeah. So the question number 9. Can you read, please, Andrea, and answer?
Yes. What are some strategies for preventing conflicts from arising in the first place? Oh gosh, it's so difficult, but I'm a person, although I am stressed, if I am not in a good day, for example, I try to stay quiet, to avoid these conflicts, because I know sometimes as I am stressed, as I maybe something that the person do, I will explode. So sometimes I prefer stay quiet. This is one of the strategies that I do. And breathe. And sometimes I am so stressed that I need to scream. Yeah, and it solved my problem that time, because just to stress out, I do it, guys. Yes, I'm crazy.
Don't you like to throw things on the other?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like. I'm not the kind of person. Yeah, I sometimes it's good when you are an explosive person because you don't feel a lot of things inside you. Yeah, sometimes I'm just feel a lot of things inside me, and okay, I'm to be quiet person, but sometimes it's good to when you are an explosive person and you. I think normally when that's happened, when you are an explosive person, you solve the problem more quickly. Yeah. I think it's important, and another person will pay attention about the situation, and the two people will handle with that situation and maybe solve more quickly. Yeah, but I don't know. It's strategy to prevent the conflicts. It's hard because sometimes when you don't take care about communication, the conflict just happen. Yeah, so we need to take care about that and take care about, yeah, I think to be empathy all the time. Yeah, to pay attention about another person and about your feelings, and try have a good communication. I normally when I answer that question, I just start to think about my work, and because the communication is very important. And yeah, I try that to do that. Yeah, pay attention about the communication and just transmit communication the good way, and to be sure about the another person understood that message. Yeah, I think it's important. You don't. I think. What do you think, Yasmin?
I think that we have to be clear what we stand for. I mean, what we believe and what we like and what we don't like. For the other, I think we to avoid a conflict. First of all, I have to be clear, and it's gonna happen anyway, anytime. But I have to say to the other person. I have to show them that it went. I mean, through the limits, and if the other person cares about you, he or she are going to try to avoid or try to change some things or some words, I don't know. And it's not a hard thing to do, because we live for ourselves, but we live for the others too. It's not I want to change everybody, but there's something that I can change to be better, or to make someone feel better about something. And by the other hand, the other can do or change some little things to, how can I say, to
Yeah, I
let's understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think the purpose is to arrive in the same point. Yeah. Okay, I understood your point of view, and you understood my point of view. So we need to work with different point of view and to get, or I don't know, or arrive in the same thing in the moment. Align the information and start to work with that. Yeah, I think that's the goal when we need to resolve a conflict. What do you
Yes.
think, Andrea?
No, I agree, and respect each other, the point of view. It's very important because it's no matter if I am like I understand you, but I don't respect your point of view. It doesn't work in the end. We need to have this respect.
But there's some things that are not that we cannot negotiate with others. I mean, lie for the others. It's not supposed to be a point of view. You know, you might not do it. You know, so if I ask someone, do not like me, that's not my point of view. You know, it's something that I observe.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I-
involve a valor. Yeah, that's involve a valor. Yeah, experience in your life and building valor. Yeah, it's so hard. There is something that's not negotiable, and we need to make a decision about that, because sometimes when you don't have the same valors with another person, it's not about conflict. It's about big decisions in your life, like I will continue or not with the person. Yeah. So guys, the time is over. I'll put the link for survey. Please give me a feedback to avoid conflict in the future. So, okay, I really love the conversation. It was amazing. Andrea, I love the
Yes.
conversation. I love the change, the
love
share
it too.
experience. Was amazing. What is your hour or day in TNT like a host?
It's
Monday.
Monday, 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think I don't participated enjoy because normally I wake up, I go to the bed very early, but I will try.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
will
will be
try.
there
Okay.
next Monday. Okay. Even it's a holiday, but I will be there.
Yeah. So Yasmin, I really love to with you coming. Yeah. And I hope you see you in another meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
So girls, thank you a lot. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye.